Hello and welcome back to another illustrious episode of the Full Circle podcast. Today we have a very serious topic to talk about, so no jokes, just hit it off. Let's get right.
Well, there's going to be jokes.
Oh yeah, but not jokes at the beginning. Now let's get right
Oh, okay, I get you.
into the topic at hand. So today we are talking about the video recently released by H3H3 production on the exposure of the cancer that is Killer Keemstar.
Killer Keemstar!
Who we should now dub King Killer Keemstar, just so the initials fit his ideologies pretty well. If you haven't seen the video, it's worth a watch. It's about 40 minutes long, but it's very interesting. It ventures into a few people's own personal experiences and one very unfortunate experience to do with the matter of Keemstar. Now, before we get into the episode, as we do most days, Mitchell, what's your opinion on the matter?
Well, my first thing is Keemstar's been exposed multiple times and he's still where he is. Like, even after this, I think he'll be fine. Like, he gets exposed and it just bounces off him.
Mm.
Like, I think because he doesn't react he reacts like a little bitch, but he doesn't stop. Like, he just carries on putting out videos like nothing happened.
He's relentless.
And yeah, so like I don't even think this is gonna affect him. Like, he just is an arsehole. Like, all this stuff's happened and everyone knows about it, but
I think it's just like, I know what you mean, like, and it's not just with him, it's with a lot of celebrities as well. Like, they can just take downfall after downfall and just manage to be fine because they're in the public eye. So it's, it's all within like the kind of 24 hours news cycle of like, well, hey, if they've, something bigger will come along to evade that story, and then sooner rather than later everyone kind of forgets. But now, for me personally, it kind of seems like it's got to a point where it's like, well, it is getting ridiculous now. Because we spoke about Keemstar on another episode, and I said back then, like, I've never been a fan or a viewer of him. Obviously, I know of him. Like, everyone knows of him. But it's like, for me personally, it's got to a point now where I've seen these stories covered by H3H3, and I'm like, well, why is he on YouTube? Like, it's kind of like he's a fire and we're just feeding the fire. And like, it's kind of hypocritical because us talking about it on our podcast is feeding the fire, but
yeah, but we need views.
yeah, we need views. And it's also,
we're averaging about 6. We need to pump up them numbers.
Let's get to double digits. And for us, for me personally, it's more about just getting our opinions out there and our thought on it. And like, in this video, he travels through a guy called Tony, who he falsely accused of being a paedophile, who Tony states that he, even like up to a year and a half after, he's still getting like death threats and all.
Well, this is the thing, like, real life or on the internet, it's like when a man gets accused of rape even though he didn't do it, and everyone knows he didn't do it. If he gets in an argument with someone, they're gonna call him a rapist.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if you've done it or not. If you've been accused of something, that's what you're gonna be called.
Unfortunately,
like,
we do live in a society,
is true,
innocent until
proven or it's not true, and it's gonna piss you off, and that's the reason trolls exist. Like, with this guy, he seems like an innocent old man who just wants to play RuneScape, and there's just people out there who's just gonna call him a paedophile because whatever's going on in their life, they're gonna have to project it onto this poor old man playing RuneScape on Twitch. So, and it all is Keemstar and his team's fault. Because let's not forget, it's not just Keemstar. He has staff. He has people that work for him. So it's their fault as well.
Right? Like, he's got to have editors.
Mate, he's rich. He's balling,
like,
man. He's got I think it's like a gaming company or something like that. But like, this is the thing. Like, he doesn't need to do this. Like, unless he's making that much. Yeah, unless he's making that much money from G Fuel, then like, that's keeping him going. And that's another thing I like. What H3H3 did is he put emphasis on G Fuel continuing to sponsor him.
Yeah, because for them, they
Like
don't
they
really
always
care about the
have.
person. They're just like, they kind of turn a blind eye, and it's like money's rolling in, money's rolling in, money's rolling
Yeah,
in.
and this is the thing. Like with other people, they'll lose sponsors, but because like they'll stop doing this and that, and like maybe the sponsor doesn't want to be affiliated with them, but because he continues to just make videos after something like this happens, they're just going to continue making money off it.
See, because that's what I'm thinking. Like now is more of he's had the years of like everyone exposing him like little or all these videos coming out on all
This is
this
the thing. They wouldn't
retaliation.
even. They wouldn't even little. It wasn't even little stuff. Like it's the same shit just years ago. Like iDubbbz done a content cop on him. If you haven't watched that, watch it because iDubbbz content cops are like good exposing videos. And like after that, like everyone hated him for a bit. And then a few months down the line, it was back to Keemstar. He did like Fortnite Fridays, and like it was like, oh, okay, everyone's cool with Keemstar again.
See, because that's what I was gonna
And
say.
like
Like,
he was always at like the boxing matches and stuff like that.
throughout the years, like he's always for him and his image being able to get over these kind of exposing and kind of these downfalls. So his ego must kind of be like, well, I'm untouchable. No matter what I do, no matter
His
what I
ego
expose, like it's fine because nothing's gonna take down my sponsors, nothing's gonna take down my channel.
his ego is the problem.
Yeah, and like
Like
he don't seem like a
he
nice guy anyway. So you add this
no,
to
he's
it,
unhinged, man. He's got some sort of problems.
and that's
But like he's a big man child. That's what it is. He's so childish and he's like 40.
he's a bully,
Like yeah.
and it's like
But
so.
like and it's like them cliche bullies you'll see in like cartoons or movies. It's like this guy for him he's big as in he's got like a 6 million subscribers, um, and like they'll bully people to into like sort of being their friends because I doubt there's people out there that actually consider Keemstar their friend because I wouldn't like even if I met him and been nice to him like and he was nice to me I wouldn't want him as a friend because I feel like if I did one thing wrong, if I like told him something in confidence, it would go out there on his news, which isn't news. Is the thing he always says news, but it's not news. Like, because he's not. He always tries to say he's unbiased, but he is biased.
He's
It's
completely
a lot of it
biased.
is opinion based.
Yeah. I don't know, and like as you saying, like he's big in the sense of the millions of subscribers, and that's why like one like you shouldn't be attacking guys and exposing them as being pedophiles when there is little to no evidence. Like his bit of
Yeah,
evidence was they look alike, which they didn't even really look alike because the
no,
guy in
he
the
just
the guy in the
old and had
mugshot had a
glasses.
full head of hair, and this guy is just completely bald. It's like the little no, the come fly of me when he's checking the passports, and like one's just an old Indian guy, and the other's like a 12-year-old like ginger girl. It's like what? Obviously, it's not that extreme, but like for this episode, it's the first episode I wrote notes for, and I wrote a whole page of notes,
Yeah,
and on it like I put
he's got big handwriting.
yeah,
It's 4 lines.
yeah, it just says P the next page, and no, I put poor Tony. Like he's obviously taking advantage of someone who's vulnerable and also voiceless. Not voiceless in the sense, but like if he puts out a video, like he's not gonna get the exposure that Keemstar has. So in a sense,
Yeah,
he is voiceless, and
yeah, and
this relentless kind of for Keemstar a throwaway comment has gone on to affect someone's life massively.
yeah, and he's now saying a year and a half when it was a year and a half later when Tony was like, "Oh, I'm still getting shit from what you did."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, it's not my fault. It's a year and a half on. It's not my fault." And it's like it is. Like, how is he at his big age not don't understand that actions have consequences, and it's not just like maybe he is just lost in the 24-hour news cycle.
And that's
He's like,
what I
"Oh,
mean.
like it's gone now. Like that has nothing to do with me. That's something must be something else."
It's kind of like it's kind of like Joseph Goebbels or Hitler saying like, well, like just because you're getting burned, it's not my fault. Just because you're getting chucked in a gas chamber, it's not my fault. Like it is because you've sparked the fire, and you've got a big
Yeah,
fan base, and a lot of that fan base is probably gullible or young and very, uh, I don't know, maybe not aware of like
stupid.
the audacity of actions or what
Not all
actually
that saying.
words can do to people, especially guys like this Tony, who even said in his video he's not an internet savvy guy. He just likes streaming RuneScape.
The thing is, he probably had his own little community of maybe like a couple thousand like people who just liked his streams. Then Keemstar, who has millions of fans, they come like makes one video and probably like hundreds of thousands of them come and call him a paedophile.
Yeah,
And like this guy cried because like imagine being called a paedophile and like people actually meaning it,
and like it's
like and
actually
actually
going
thinking
on to
you're a
affect
paedophile.
not your life but your career.
The
Not
thing
career,
is,
but
yeah,
your day to
if
day. Like this guy probably just likes waking up, playing this game. Do you know what I mean? Like,
the thing is, yeah, if Tony was like, say he was like 30, and this happened, he would lose his job
mm, yeah,
and potentially not being able to get another job. He's just lucky that I assume this Tony guy's retired, and like it's just a hobby. He just has a hobby. He's maybe living on retirement or something else. But like, if it was someone that was in the prime of their life, he could have ruined their whole life from a stupid mistake.
but
And this
he's,
just shows you that he just doesn't fact check enough.
he just
And
doesn't
like
care.
something, yeah, and it just it's just going to continue until someone does something about it, unless YouTube like start. This is the thing as well. What H3H3 said is that his videos are monetized,
Mm,
like the ones about Etica's death, like they're just fully monetized.
yeah, I don't get that
When
either.
it's like, we'll get onto that. We'll get onto that.
But no,
But
it's and like I know what you're saying about like it'd be bad if this guy was 30 and it ruined his life, but in essence, you're ruining this guy's best years, like his last years. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
obviously, I don't know how old he is or what his health condition is, but he's definitely on the later part of life, and he's
yeah,
probably just enjoying a
he's
very
past his
simple
prime.
life. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
to go after someone from probably something that one of these like editors or producers have seen and just been like, shit, we need something for today. All right, this we can work with this. And for
yeah,
like him, all he really does care about is the paycheck or the number of views under his video. But like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's just, and even say if this Tony guy was accused of it and it wasn't proven, still go after them is in my eyes bad because like we're meant to live in a innocent until proven guilty society, but in essence we live in the reverse of like
yeah.
you're
Especially on the
guilty
internet.
until proven innocent. Even when you're innocent, you never really get that off your
It's
shoulders.
like it was like I don't know how much you watch YouTube, but like it's when the fucking the beauty like the James Charles thing happened where the lady he worked with put out a video about how he's like basically an asshole, to put it like as simplest as it can be.
Mm.
Then everyone, it was like, oh, cancel James Charles. Everyone started hating on James Charles. Then like he brought out a video that said it's like not all true, and it's like, but they all like was just hating him straight away. And it's similar to this. It's like if someone puts out a video, it's like, oh, that's gospel until someone else says it's not true.
Yeah, like they should be. It should be like conspiracy videos where you take it with a big pinch of salt, and you're like,
Yeah,
oh, okay, this is one
yeah, but
definite side of
look
the
how many
story.
people take conspiracy theories as like as it's said.
Well,
You
it's
know
the
what I mean?
constant problem with the internet. Is if it's on there, it must be real, kind of thing, and that's where a lot of this problem comes from, and especially from someone who's got such a big, well, not fan base, but exposure and unfortunate relevancy. You know, and
Yeah.
especially with the Etika one. So, I
What's
basic
your next notes?
Etika.
All right.
So worked out.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
With him, like, I won't get into it, but I suffer from mental health problems.
Oh, do you? What do you want a hug?
Sorry, I'm just trying to be a part of something. Gosh.
Right. And
And
now we're going to talk about why Keemstar shouldn't make fun of mental health. Let's go.
yeah, fuck's sake. But with Etika, right, he definitely was having like a manic episode, or you know,
Yeah.
it was obvious. Like if you go out there, and this guy weren't just saying it, like he did on the video, truly believed he was the Antichrist and the bearer of all that's
Yeah,
death and
it was,
evil to come.
but he had like bipolar or something,
That's what I mean. And bipolar,
and
you don't
it's
joke about with that because that's something very touchy where a person's day-to-day life depends on their mental, chemical components in their brain from the morning.
yeah,
It's not just a day where they can kind of, you know, it's bad enough saying to someone who's depressed, like, oh, come on, you know, put a smile on, put your chin up. Like, it's bad enough
yeah.
that.
It's like he was saying that people that are depressed or have anxiety are just weak.
That's what I mean. And that's another note of mine. It's like, so Keemstar doesn't believe in mental illness and constantly, like, backclashes it, in brackets, but definitely has a mental illness himself. Like,
Do you know why I think this is though? It's because he is like fucking 40. He's part of that generation that didn't grow up with it as like a thing you can just talk to anyone about. Like when he was growing up, it was like like his parents are probably in a generation where if you have schizophrenia, you get put in a hospital and they shove something up your nose
like the quote
and
unquote
they'll like
loony
electrocute your
bins.
brain. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, but like it's like some people like people our age, our parents, or not mine specifically, but people who are our age, their parents, they don't understand it either. They're like, oh, you're just sad for today, or like you're just shy or whatever like that. And like he's just part of that generation. Not excusing him. I'm just saying
No, I know what you
he's
mean,
an
yeah.
he's an idiot for believing it because it's just proven to be actual things. Like there's literal MRI scans that show you where the different brain chemistry of all these different things.
And it's also, it's not like a, like, yeah, it is in essence a hidden illness. But, like, to some people, and in most
But
cases, it's
bipolar's
just
not.
as, like, it's just as much as, like, a death sentence as, like, cancer or stuff
Yeah.
like that because it's a constant struggle and it's a fight. And unfortunately, we see it with men, most predominantly, who, you know, the biggest
Yeah.
killer is suicide.
Yeah, in this country at least. I don't know about other
Oh,
countries.
and yeah, in our country, in England, at least. And I don't know, it's
It's
just
like the biggest killer of men between like 18 and 24 is suicide.
no, I think it's like 40. It's like mental.
Mad.
And like, so like, put yourself in someone's shoes. Say if you don't suffer or you do suffer with
What
mental
if they're not
health.
my size?
You know, just put yourself in their shoes and like kind of think like imagine if you're going through like the worst time of your life, like everything's fallen to shit. You can't even begin to fix your life because your brain is not actually physically working. And it's a horrible process to be in, and you're feeling so much intense emotion, and then a guy comes out and literally exposes the world to your fucking home address, your number, your you know your
Oh
I know it
yeah,
wasn't the
he
Etica's
didn't.
case, but he gave
Yeah, but
someone else's
like
wife's phone number out, and it's
he's done it to multiple people.
what the fuck, like no, you don't do that shit, no.
Like it's like the written rule of the internet.
It's not
It's
even.
like
It's
unwritten rule
just
of the
basic,
internet. It's like
simple
you just don't do
morals.
it.
It's basic,
Yeah.
simple morals. You know, subsection 1, part 2b under "Don't be a cunt." It says, "Do not give out anyone's personal address or
Yeah.
information." And like, it's just, and especially like because you know in the video it shows people actually getting swatted, is where I guess like his followers call up to kind of make anonymous calls of like they're doing something really bad like hostage or terrorism to get the
Yeah.
armed police there.
Yeah.
And like in
But
one
you
of
see in one of the videos, he's like, "Oh yeah, this happens a lot," and the police know it happens a lot.
yeah,
Like,
but
but they just have to.
they
They
have to
have to
do their
go in
job,
case
you
it
know,
is real.
because it's
Yeah.
not like one of those things
And
like where the boy cried
it's just
wolf.
wasting police time as well.
And it's
It's
also
like
like
police have better things to do.
yeah, like you know the police, especially in the US, from what we know, are much more corrupt and need a lot more funding. And you're wasting time
Not
on
even
shitty
that. They're just
YouTube
fucking
beef.
idiots. Yeah.
And I know, and for me, the bit that got me as well is like that household had kids in. Like imagine
Yeah.
like them
Yeah.
kids just waking up and they have to see their mum or their dad or anyone open the door to a load of armed police and they have to raid and search the house. It's like fucking hell,
Yeah.
like, and you're trying to say that you don't hold responsibility for that, that it is not your fault, and that Like, fucking grow up, you cunt. No, it is all your fault. It is all your fault. And it's not like, well, I just shared the story so to let the public do what they want. No, you made the story up, exposed it, and then you nudge people to do what you want, and then you don't take the fucking responsibility.
Do
You
you
are
know?
King Killer Keemstar, fucking KKK. You are a cancer. Like, fuck off. No, you just don't do that.
Right, bringing it down a few levels. Something that like pisses me off about his channel, which is not even a big deal, but it just irks me a little bit. And this is going from 100 to 0 right
Are
now.
you gonna moan about the logo or something?
Oh, his thumbnails just piss me
Oh,
off.
for fuck's sake.
They're so shittly made. Like it pisses me off. Like he's got 6 million subscribers or whatever. He's like a multi-millionaire or has loads of money. He has employees, and he makes these fucking thumbnails on MS Paint
Because he
or
don't
Word.
care. He don't care. He only wants the money. This is what we were speaking about earlier. We are just feeding the fire. He is just. He in his mind, I guarantee he's thinking, I don't care what comes of it, as long as I make the most money for me, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't care if it's a shitty thumbnail on MS Paint. I don't care if it's blasting poor Tony who
Done.
just wants to play RuneScape for being a paedophile, which he's not, and that's been proven that he's not. I don't care if
Just
it's
wants to play RuneScape for being a paedophile.
huh?
Did you just said he just wants to play RuneScape for being a
Oh, you know
paedophile?
what I meant. You know what I meant. I'm hot. I'm hot. All right. I'm hot. And you know he's exposing Etika, and in my notes, I fully believe he should be at least held responsible for some of Etika's death. Because, yeah, alright, Etika's battling with severe mental health issues, and yeah, he did a really bad manic episode. And then Keemstar just comes and exposes that, and puts the video up, and he's tweeting about it constantly.
But
And then as soon as he
is the
dies, he's like,
same.
R.I.P. homie. Oh no, like
It's
my
like,
friend. Fuck off, you're a
but
cunt.
what I was saying yesterday about OnlyFans is there's a market for it, because as a human race we like violence and all this shit, and people will click on a video that says Etika has bipolar, or RuneScape Twitcher is a paedophile, or oh so and so got doxxed. Like people click on it, and I guarantee that his most viewed videos are the most fucked up ones. The ones about paedophiles, murderers, all this shit. Like no one cares about if YouTubers are just in a beef nowadays. It's which one of them are committing felonies. Because that's just the world we live in.
The world we live
People
in
are
is
not
one
civilized,
where
and that's what they want to see. And he's giving it to them people, and this is why he won't stop, because there will always be them people who will click on these videos. Like even if they don't like him, I guarantee 50% of his subscribers don't actually like him, but he gives them the content they watch. Like a couple years ago, I went through a stage of watching his videos because I just had nothing to do and I was interested in the drama. But then I was like, oh, this guy's just a dickhead, and I stopped. No, it's like I'm interested in the stuff, but I'd rather hear it from either the YouTubers themselves or just anywhere else.
yeah. And I don't know, it's for me, right? Because it's also the thing, if you never know anyone personally and you'll never know the full truth and all that bullshit. But for me, there's enough evidence there to kind of prove in my mind that this guy is not a good guy. And I don't mean like,
No,
oh,
he's
he's a
not a
bit
good guy at
shitty
all.
and he can be a bit of a dickhead, you know, or he can say some things. No, he is literally ruining not just one, but countless people's lives and careers, and damaging them, and bringing, like, because a lot of people as well, they take a lot of tweets and comments to heart, like, and I can imagine for some celebrities, they really do, like, dwell on the bad comments. So say if, like, some YouTubers
Yeah.
out there and they suffer with anxiety, or not even anxiety, say if they do just personally take them comments too close to home, and then he's out there, like, literally just putting it out there. It's like, hey, go and say this, because that's all he's doing. He's saying, hey, I'm not saying this, but I'm just giving you what I want to tweet so then you can tweet it and I take no responsibility. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
just he's a cancer. He is a cancer.
but people love a villain though.
But he's not
That's the
even a
thing.
villain. He's not a villain. He's just a cunt.
Yeah, people love cunts, man. like people love the bad guy. Like people love to hate things. People love to hate Keemstar. Everyone will jump on this bandwagon. We're just hoping to get there first. Share our video, share our video.
Only if you want.
But but like people, like I guarantee H3H3 will have this video, then someone else will make a video, someone else will make a video. There's even like a video from like last month from like a guy called the Gamer from Mars, I think he's called, and like he was going through the whole Bashaverse bit and just showing how much Keemstar meddled to fucking just like get his own way. Like not even getting his own way, just being a two-faced cunt.
All right. So
Because that's
now,
all he is, really.
now I think we've come to the real issue. Is like, yeah, we can bash Keemstar. We can say all we want, but it's already been said. The thing that needs to happen now is that YouTube, like headquarters, really need to take this into consideration. Like, and they really need to look into this as, because it's not just a one-time offense or two. Like, there are so many things. Now, for me, it's ended up like just delete his channel, just ban him.
Yeah, but this is like the whole PewDiePie thing a couple years ago when the whole the demonetization thing happened. It's like if you do it for Keemstar, you're gonna have to do it for all these other people that have maybe not done it like the same thing, or like they don't deserve it, but it will happen because they would have to make. They always when they make like when they change the rules, they make it very vague, so it covers like a it doesn't single anyone out, so it covers a broad like margin of creators, and some get fucked by it even though they haven't really done much wrong. It's like if you go on Reddit nowadays, you see memes and it's like YouTuber gets demonetized for saying fuck, then it's like YouTube ad and it's a picture of an ad and it's like a game and some anime girl in fucking basically no clothes,
Yeah.
and it's like it's so like YouTube at the moment, since like 2016, it's been a bit of a shit show, like from their end.
But that's their
And like
company fault. They really need to start taking either more
it's
legal action
because
or more conclusive kind of guidelines.
so really what kicked it off is PewDiePie was watching his Reddit or whatever, and he showed a video. He's watching a video that someone posted or sent him or whatever, and it was a video of like people from ISIS. Ah, no, that's racist. I'm pretty sure they were just Indians. And they
Can't say
just
that,
said something.
buddy. Can't say that.
and they just said something anti-Semitic.
Oh, I've seen. Oh, is that when like that was for
Then
like the
like
Five
Coca.
Rap thing, weren't he? And he done a video on it. So
Yeah.
basically, yeah, I saw
That's
a video
it.
on this, and like he just.
Then
So I saw it from his friend's point of view on an interview, saying like basically he asked a lot of like people to say and do stuff, kind of for like the scare and shock horror, but like he didn't
yeah.
actually believe they was going to do it, and then these two people, like they definitely either didn't understand what they were saying or either just didn't speak English
Oh,
at
they
all.
definitely did.
But they were holding up a anti-Semitic sign or whatever, and then
Yeah,
like he
and
put it in the
basically
video and
Coca.
laughed, didn't he?
No, it wasn't because of that. It's Coca-Cola then had an ad on that video. Then they pulled all their ads from YouTube because they didn't want Coca-Cola advertising for that sort of stuff. Then like other like big companies followed suit, and like Google obviously losing all this ad revenue, so they was like, all right, we're gonna have to not put ads on certain videos. Then they put the broad rules, and like the people who, because there's so many videos, when a video gets flagged it just gets demonetized. Then I'm like, I think it's something like if you then claim that it shouldn't get demonetized and they think it does, then I don't know, something different than mine.
Because literally, like, pretty much every channel, if they weren't child friendly, took a massive hit.
But this is the thing, it's like That's why every video is now sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends or like NordVPN. It's like every YouTuber's taking what they can because that's the only way they can make money.
Mm.
And I don't mind because I just skip the ads. Like I just go forward in the video.
No one watches the ads anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The fucking YouTuber gets paid for it, but it's just like skip the first 2 minutes of the video. But it's just it shouldn't have got to that.
Yeah,
But this is beside the point. The reason what we're talking about is Keemstar being an absolute twat.
But this is what I mean. Like in this very exclusive, very special case, like YouTube should be able to see this and be like, right, yeah, he brings money and views to our company, but he's not by far one of the greatest, and he doesn't bring in nearly, like, he's like a blimp in their kind of records, right? He's just another name who works not for them but on their kind of software. But they should be taking a real stand now and being like, look, no, this is too much. It's like, I get the whole freedom of speech act, but it's getting to a point now where he's affected so many people's lives. There's been a death involved in something that he's been covering. And, like, he's falsely accusing not just the poor Tony guy, but probably so many more countless stories. Probably so many more things that he just says on a whim. And, it's like, well, it's news because I'm Keemstar and I said so. Like,
yeah, he kind of ignites the fire, then everyone else spreads it.
I don't know. It should just be as simple as just shutting him down. Shut that channel down.
Yeah, H3H3 is close with like the Susan who fucking runs the thing. So.
But then Surinam's not doing anything because he's made the money.
Susan.
Sorry, what did you say?
Susan, not Sunam.
Treason.
It's a she, not a he. Susan, you cunt.
What are you on about Susan for?
That's the fucking CEO of YouTube.
Oh.
I'm saying H3H3 is close to her.
Oh, okay.
So it could happen. Yeah.
Well, it should happen.
Work with
and
stupid idiots.
That's like another good reason for this video, because even, if it gets 5 views or 50 billion views, it doesn't matter. It's still it's like another signature on a petition. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's just get him cancelled. It's no good. He's clearly not a good person. He's admitted to, what is it, doxing people?
Doxing.
What is it? Boxing people?
Doxing!
Doxing, sorry. He's admitted to getting in a ring with people. You know what I mean? He's admitted to all this stuff.
Yeah.
He clearly has no remorse. He clearly has no willingness to change. He doesn't want to do any good for the community. Just fucking get him down, the cunt.
Is that
and rest in peace, Attica, because I'm sure you could have gone Attica, because I'm sure you went through a lot, and we could have seen a lot more from you.
Yeah.
But any final remarks?
Keemstar, if you're listening to this, you're a cunt.
Oh, I do actually have a quote. So he says, so the guy who he antagonized said, the attention for me made me want to kill myself. And there's a guy shown in the video at the end who suffers from other mental illnesses, and he's actually speaking to Keemstar, and he's saying, like, all this that you've done.
Is it Bashaverse?
Probably, yeah. So I didn't catch it.
He kind of is. Pretty sure it turned out that he was actually a bit of a diddler.
Alright, we're leaving now, this.
Yeah, I'm not. It's because I'm not too sure if he was a diddler or not a diddler.
We'll just leave that. But
he was just.
Have a great day.
He just seemed very into underage girls.
Follow us on Twitter. We don't know the whole story,
Instagram.
So we won't document on it.
We now also have a Reddit.
Hashtag KKK.
It's the Full Circle Podcast. No, don't hashtag KKK.
I'm joking. Someone's definitely going to snip at that in the future.
Me, I'm going to snip that.
But,
alright.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Hashtag KKK. See you later tomorrow, maybe.